Okay, today we're talking about comparing rational numbers. What's a rational number? Yes, let's do our little practices first. Can everyone see that? Maybe I can zoom in a little. Yes. Okay, this is asking us to plot the numbers on the two different number lines. If I'm plotting 2 1/3 on this vertical number line, what's the first number I start at? 2. Am I going up from 2 or down from 2? So let's just say 2 1/3 is approximately right there, right? Okay, let's plot -4. Do I go up from 0 or down from 0? Down. So I'm going to put it where? Okay, look at 5 through 8. We're looking at this horizontal number line now. What if I wanted to plot 1.6? What number do I look at first? 1. And let's say this is 1.5. Is 1.6 behind 1.5 or in front of 1.5? Raise your hand when you know. Okay, where is it? In front. So it's going to be like right here, right? Because it's a little bit more. Does everyone understand that? And we'll move on. Thumbs up if you understand. Okay, perfect. Let's move on. We might come back to a few more of these later. Okay, we're looking at number lines to make comparison. Does everyone remember these little signs? Thumbs up if you remember those signs. Oh, sorry. I wrote them right here. Okay, what does that top one mean? Okay, if this helps. What is that saying? 3 is greater than 5. That's saying 3 is greater than 5. That's what it's saying? But 5 is greater than 3. So this is telling me that 3 is what than 5? Less than. What about this? Okay, what about? Equal to. So it wants us to look at this number line. I might need to zoom out a little. And compare some of our points. So let's just label this point A, this point B, this point C, this point D. I want to compare point B to point D. And I say point D is greater than point D. Talk at your tables if you think that's true. What's correct? Is this true or false? False. Let's check ourselves. What is B?
0.
So this says 0 is greater than, what is D?
5.
Is 0 greater than 5? No, it's what than 5? Less than. So it should have looked like this, right? Or it could have looked like this. Let's look at some of our other ones. We've got -4 and +2. Is -4 greater than or less than +2?
Less than.
Less than. So which way? What should our alligator eat? Like this? Like this, right? Okay, thumbs up if you're understanding where we're at. It's okay if not, I just need to know. Okay. Everyone look at problems 1 through 4 in your book. 1 through 4. Take a minute and turn to that page. Okay, let's look at this. It says for problems 1 through 4, use the signs to compare the rational numbers. Use the number lines and a personal whiteboard if needed. We're just going to talk about it ourselves. And the number line we're going to use is the one above my board, okay? So we've got -5 and -2. Which one is, what sign do I put? Which one's bigger? Let's try it out. Let's draw a number line. If this is 0, I've got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. If it's a negative number, the closer to 0, the bigger it is, because that's closer to a whole number. So here's negative 2, and here's negative 5. So which one's bigger?
-2.
Negative 2. So my alligator's going to eat negative 2. Let's look at this one. It's tricky. Number 2. Negative 1/4 and negative 3/5. Which one do y'all think it is? Negative 3/5? Let's look at those fractions. Let's look at it like we used to when we first learned fractions as pies. Yeah, like if this was a pie. This one's got 4, right? And this one's got 5. So if it's 1/4, how many do I shade in? If it's 3/5, how many do I shade in? 3. The white part is how much pie I can eat. So on this one, how many slices of pie can I have? No. 3. On this one, how many slices can I have?
2.
So which fraction's bigger? This one's, and that was what fraction? 1/4. So this is bigger. Okay, let's look at this one. Think about what you think for this one and this one. So number 3 and number 4, you're working out in your table groups before we come back together. Class? Okay, what'd you get for number 3? Someone thumbs up and give me the answer. Kinsley, what is it?
2/3.
Which 2/3? The positive? Does everyone agree? Why is that one bigger?
It's to the right of 0, so it's positive.
Yeah, because it's to the right of 0, so it's positive. What if I had, let's make up one. What if I had this? What are those two? They're equal because they're the same thing, same distance from 0. Okay, who's got the answer number 4? Levi, what is it?
2.7, negative 2.7 is greater than negative 4.65.
Is he right? Yep, because of its spot where? How do we know?
What's the left of 0?
Yeah, because it's spot closer to 0. Okay, everyone look at number 5. Lisa says, I know that 3 is greater than 2 1/2, so negative 3 must be greater than negative 2 1/2. Is this correct? Explain. Work this in your table groups. So take a minute and make sure that your answer looks like mine. Let's practice. Someone give me a negative number that's on this number line. Someone give me a negative number. Juliana, give me a negative number. She said negative 8. Somebody give me a negative number that's bigger than negative 8. I want a number that I can put greater than for negative 8. Chad. Huh? Did you say what? What'd you say? 8? 10? Negative 10?
No, positive. You put it the wrong way. Or did you say, because you're facing negative?
Okay, y'all caught me. Is that correct?
No.
What's correct? Tell me.
10 is greater than negative 8.
10 is greater than negative 8. You're correct. But what if I did this? Are all 3 of those correct?
Yes.
No. Why? Which one's wrong?
The first one.
This one. No, this one's right because, see, negative 10 is farther than 8. And then Chad was right because he said positive 10 is greater than negative 8. Let's do another one. Someone give me a positive number. Any positive number. Jackson, give me a positive number. 6. Someone give me a negative number. Liberty, give me a negative number. Negative 3. Talk at your tables what sign I should use for that problem. Okay, thumbs up. Tell me what. Okay, tell me the answer, Quinn. 6 is greater than negative 3. Let's do 2 negatives. Those are the tricky ones. I'm going to do negative 4 and negative 7. What sign do I put, everyone? Everyone, what sign do I put? Negative 4 is greater because if we look at its location on the number line, it's closer to our 0. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so you're helping me work this out. I'm going to use my blue pen. It says for problems 6 through 8, x, y, and z are rational numbers. Use the number line to determine whether the statement is true or false. If the statement's true, write an inequality that compares the two numbers. If the statement's false, correct it and write the inequality that represents the correct statement. So this one says x is less than, so what side do my sign go? Who eats my alligator? What does my alligator eat? Less than. Show me with your hands how I'm going to open up my... Show me with your hands how I'm going to open my alligator mouth. What side? So x is less than z. Let's find out where all these plots are. This is 0. So where's z? Let's count. Ready? 1. Positive or negative 2?
Positive.
Okay, where's my y? 1, 2. Negative 2, so my x has to be at negative 3, right? So if x is negative 3 and z is 2, is that a correct statement?
Yes.
Yes, so we're just going to write correct. I want you to work 7 and 8 out in your tables, and then we'll come together and do it. This is what your paper should look like. Okay, number 9, this is where we're going to do our activity. Okay, everyone's on number 10. Let's look. These are real-world comparisons. Everyone circle where it says real-world comparisons. On your exit ticket, and I'm sure on your test, it's going to ask you to make your own real-world comparisons. Here is 2 awesome examples of that we can study in the future. Okay, number 10 says that the number line shows the temperatures of 2 different days in the same location at the same time. Girls, please focus. Number 8 says write a statement that compares Tuesday's temperature at 11 p.m. to Monday's at 11 p.m. Everyone put your finger on Tuesday's temperature. I should see everyone's finger on Tuesday's temperature. What does that say, everyone?
-10.
So Tuesday at 11 p.m. it was -10. Everyone put your finger on Monday's temperature. What was the temperature on Monday at 11?
Positive 40.
Say it again.
Positive
40
40.
degrees.
40 degrees. What sign do I put in the middle? Is -10 less than 40 or is -10 greater than 40? So my alligator mouth eats what? Eats 40. So this is what your paper should look like now. Okay, everyone look at B. It says, suppose the temperature at 11 p.m. on Wednesday is warmer. If we're looking at a thermometer and it's getting warmer, is it going up or is it going down? What is that, Silas? What was that? What kind of watch was it? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. So if it's getting warmer, is it going up or is it going down? If it's getting hotter, is our temp going up or is our temp going down? Up. Silas is right. It's going up. So let's look at it. It says on Wednesday it's warmer than Tuesday's temperature, but still below 0 degrees. What was the temperature for Wednesday? So everyone put your finger on Tuesday. That's where we're starting. We've got to stay below 0. So I'm going to draw a little wall at 0 because I know I can't go past it. If I'm wanting to go up or warmer from from -10, but not all the way to 0, where am I going to put my plot? In the middle, that little space. What is in the middle? What are we counting by on this number line? It looks like tenths, but you're forgetting what's in the middle. What's half of 10? So could we say this is -5?
Yes.
Yes, you agree? So our answer would be -5 degrees Fahrenheit. You've got to make sure you don't forget those ticks in the middle, that you're counting each one, not just the ones with numbers beside them. It's making you do a little bit of the work. Okay, let's look at number 11. Number 11 says, Blake and Leo play a card game. The winner of the game is the person who finishes with the lower score. At the end of the game, Blake's score is a 7.5 and Leo's score is a -5. Who wins the game? Whose score is lower, -7.5 or -5? -7.5. So what is my alligator mouth eating? It's eating it? Thumbs up if you think my alligator mouth is eating -5. Okay, that was a little bit easier to understand. So who's winning? Blake's winning?
Leo.
Why is Leo winning? Yeah, his score is lower, and like Addison said, -5 is closer to 0. So does that make it bigger or smaller? Bigger. That's why we said greater than. So our winner is who? Leo. Why is Leo our winner? Because his score. Okay. Guys, look at your work. None of you stop me. Is Leo our winner?
No.
Who's our winner? We've got to read it, guys. Leo scores -5. Blake scores -7.5. What was bigger, -7.5 or -5? -5 is bigger, correct? Well, it says, who wins this game? Who wins the game? The person with what type of score? Yes, the lower score. So who is my winner? Blake. Guys, we've got to read our questions fully. On our last test, I noticed some careless mistakes like that. You knew the material, but you didn't read the question fully. So instead of getting it correct, you got it incorrect because you didn't read the question all the way. We've got to make sure we do it. And see how I underlined my keywords? That's why those highlighters are in the back of the classroom for you to utilize. So Blake is our winner. Why is Blake our winner? Because his score is lower. And then what's closer to 0 on the number line? -5 or -7? Negative. Yep. Okay, move on to 12. It says, Mrs. Chan and Mr. Sharma park their cars in an underground parking garage. Mrs. Chan parks her car on level -4, and Mr. Sharma parks his car on level -2. They both ride the elevator up to ground level, which is the floor. Who parks their car on a lower level? Guys, what number is lower on the number line? -4 or -2? Which one is lower on the number line? -4 or -2? -4 is farther from 0 and further down. Let's draw it out so we understand. So what was our floor level, our ground level? What number stands for that? 0. So 0's here. This is our ground level. So I'm going to put GL. Where does Mr. Sharma park his car? Someone? Where does he park his car? What level? Levi, what level? -2. Someone else. Where does Mrs. Chan park her car? -4, yeah. And it says they both ride the elevator up to 0 or the ground level. Who parks their car on a lower level? Raise your hand when you know. Kinsley, who did? Mrs. Chan, because hers was at -4. So our answer is Mrs. Chan. Why is Mrs. Chan's on a lower level? How do we know that? This is on a vertical number line. How do we know that? Yes, you just said it. Because it was farther away from 0. Because -4 is further down then -2 on that number line. If you need to draw pictures to help you, please do. Also, the number lines in both corners of my room will help you. It'll be great.